Yo, what's up, QuinSan? Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to Jimmy Carr for the first time. It's top 20 most offensive jokes. Okay, I hope I don't get offended.
Wait, is it that it jams a lot in his car or what? I don't know. Okay.
So if I go to the video, guys, don't smash subscribe button, like the video, comment something you want to say on the channel, and subscribe to the video.
Yeah.
Pope Benedict. Incidentally, he's called Pope Benedict because he comes with a hollandaise sauce. Pope Benedict. Incidentally, he's called Pope Benedict because he comes with a hollandaise sauce.
Pope Benedict.
What do you call it? Okay. I think I'll bring his last one.
No, maybe there's maybe there's a sauce from stuff that's called Benedict or something. I don't know.
Hang on, that's not a hollandaise sauce. Benedict. As head of the Catholic Church, Pope Benedict is the boss of every Catholic priest in the world. He's effectively king of the pedos. I read about a Catholic priest that exposed himself, so they defrocked him. They don't help themselves, do they? Well, they do, that's part of the problem. This wetting.
Wow.
Okay, that was dark.
In your bed is embarrassing as a child, but as an adult, wetting a child's bed is mortifying. It's almost impossible to explain that shit away. In Palestinian passports under occupation, do they just put Israel?
Yes!
Oh, occupied. Oh. Wow. So, guys, I'm guessing like his area of expertise is like dark.
Yeah. I've seen his face already before, yeah.
He's only there to test where the Guardian readers are sitting. No further questions, back to the knob gags. Did you see the story about Gary Glitter? There was a GCSE music question about Gary Glitter. How bad's that? How bad's that? A GCSE music question about a Gary Glitter song. Because if there's one artist you don't want associated with the phrase, shh, turn over, you've got an hour.
We don't know who that is, so...
Yeah, so we couldn't relate to the joke. If you guys can like break it down for us,
yeah,
that would be nice.
I should probably leave Glitter alone. He just wants to settle down and have kids. I had a similar thing with Hurricane Sandy. You remember Hurricane Sandy that devastated the eastern seaboard of America? All I wanted to say was it was the worst thing to hit New York since those two planes.
Oh!
How is this gonna cancelled yet?
Possibly they got it right on that one. A lot of people like to smoke cigarettes after sex, but you can't buy cigarettes until you're 16, so I have to get them for both of us.
I don't get
Oh! So the guy is less than 16.
A lot of people like to smoke cigarettes after sex, but you can't buy cigarettes until you're 16, so I have to get them for both of us.
Nah. Nah, bruh.
Bro, you're done. You're done. You're done.
You think it's wrong I'm buying a 15-year-old girl cigarettes? You think it's wrong I'm fucking her? I'm kidding. Kidding does sound like a verb for child abuse, doesn't it? I'm kidding. Are you joking or touching kids?
Okay.
Treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen. You all heard that expression? Treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen. Treat 'em mean, you will keep them keen. If that was really true, if that really worked, treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen, wouldn't the Jews absolutely adore the Germans?
Oh!
I don't get.
You all heard that expression? Treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen. Treat 'em mean, you will keep them keen. If that was really true, if that really worked, treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen, wouldn't the Jews absolutely adore the Germans?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Germans and Jews, now, the way they go back in history.
Like what's with the...
Keep it king, keep it cream.
Really? Really? A round of applause on a joke about the worst thing that's ever happened? Ever? Where do we go from there? Has anyone in here ever tried any DIY? Give us a shout if you've ever tried any kind of DIY, yes? Yeah. Most everyone's tried. Can anyone who's ever tried DIY hand on heart, tell me they don't have a little bit of admiration for the work that Fritzl did. It's not easy building stuff, is it? It's not easy to be a tidy workman. I'm not saying I approve of what he did down there, but he built a cellar without his wife even fucking noticing.
You don't know who he is. Sorry.
I'm just saying credit where credit is due.
Talks like Steven.
A round of applause for a Fritzl joke. You may be my kind of town. He was described in the Daily Express newspaper as the most evil man in Austrian history. Not even close.
Oh!
Hitler.
I swear.
I met an incredible girl on the internet. Smart, sexy, uninhibited. Of course, it turned out to be a 12-year-old paraplegic boy. I'll be honest, the sex was disappointing.
Wait.
Oh, I think we've reached a barrier there, haven't we? And we will laugh at that and nothing more. Fair enough. Right, well, I feel we've warmed up. Let's try some properly offensive jokes, see how we get along. 99% of women kiss with their eyes closed, which is why it's so difficult to identify a rapist.
Yeah!
Oh!
Wait, I've seen this before somewhere.
Oh!
I've heard that particular line before. Maybe on TikTok or something. Oh.
Women kiss with their eyes closed, which is why it's so difficult to identify a rapist.
Oh! That's offensive, bro!
Holy.
Let's have a little time out there and discuss the rules of the gig. Feed line, punch line, I'll take care of that. And then you can either laugh, you can laugh and applaud, I'll be flattered and delighted, or you can go, ooh, in a disapproving stylee. What you can't do is laugh, applaud, then look round and go, ooh.
I'm not having that. Nah, yeah, you do this or you do this.
Let's give it a go. I saw a headline in the Evening Standard. It said, football rapist quiz. I thought, was that story or a competition? Why not suggest fucking in the disabled toilets? That's what they're for. That's why they've got that handrail for more exotic positioning.
Wow!
Don't give me that look. In my defence, when I was in there, I was fucking a cripple.
God!
Okay.
This guy is just digging, keeps digging.
It gets worse and worse.
And I'm 90% sure it was consensual. How was it? Yeah. But that is Parkinson's for you. My girlfriend recently had a miscarriage, and it was doubly bad because I had to pay for it.
Oh!
That feels like we're getting somewhere. And I realise an abortion can be a very upsetting thing for a woman. But at the same time, who doesn't get a little confidence boost when they lose a bit of weight? Let me try and offend you.
Why is this?
There's no stopping this guy, man.
Well, I wonder how his first offensive joke would go out. How people would take him.
I think that's just his genre of jokes. Like,
Yeah, but I'm wondering, like, the first time he started.
it's just gonna tell them it's dark humor. If you can't take it, leave, something like that, man. But I feel like it's not just man that people who don't get like offended by jokes.
Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't do it in places like Asia because they are like quite offensive, like sensitive.
They're being racist because they're watching offensive. They're being racist.
What's the racism there now?
What do you mean? Asians are always angry.
You know
What?
what
I
I'm talking
don't
about.
know anything, please.
Anyways, guys, let's
You
move
should
on.
have been studying maybe Russians or something. What do you mean Asians?
Yeah, sorry.
Jesus. Guys, don't mind.
All right, when I was at school, a mate of mine got caught wanking in the showers. Nothing? Well, it ruined the school trip to Auschwitz. Here's the thing, I don't like swearing during sex. Who wants to hear that kind of language, especially from a child? Oh, the look you gave me there. You prefer a sweary kid, fair enough. This might offend some of you.
Wow.
People say, smug, sanctimonious people, in my opinion, but people do say from time to time you hear them, Princess Diana should have been wearing a seatbelt. If she'd been wearing a seatbelt, she'd be here with us today.
Wow.
Who's Princess Diana again?
Those people I said
The
this.
girl that died, this princess of UK that died, that they said it was the UK king that killed. The black girl, the first black.
I say, you try snorting cocaine off a cock in the back of a limo while wearing a seatbelt.
Oh!
It can't be fucking done.
How should we make you good now? Come on.
It's a brilliant job, this. It's lovely. You spend an hour and a half talking to people, telling them jokes, building up this reservoir of goodwill. But then you're expected just to fuck off. It's a bit weird. With your permission, I'd like to piss away some of that goodwill. Yeah. On an unpleasant joke. You know, sometimes I'll tell a joke that's a bit edgy, and I feel as an audience, you go, oh, that's a little bit close to the, go on then, you. What are you like? I'd like to tell one now that'll make you go, oh. Would you like to hear it? Yeah. Well, it's a joke about love. Can love conquer all? Or do the practicalities of life get in the way? Well, a great example of this is May to December relationships. Relationships where there's a bit of an age gap. Can love conquer that divide? Or does life get in the way, the practicalities? There's probably as many different opinions as there are people in this room. Here's my opinion, for what it's worth. I think you know a girl is too young for you if you're having to make the aeroplane noise to get your cock in her mouth.
You have to make the aeroplane noise to get in the mouth.
Wait, are we not talking about babies?
It's a baby. Oh, like, you're done. You're done. I think it took a while for the audience to like get it as well.
Yeah.
Here comes the train into the tunnel. There's three things I liked about that joke. Firstly, I like the fact it's a bit edgy. I like edgy jokes. It's about as edgy as I'd want to be. Second thing I like about it, next time you're being intimate with your partners. I know you're sat there thinking, I think he's a bit too mature for that. He's thinking, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da. Third thing I like about that joke, probably later on tonight, maybe tomorrow or the next day, someone's going to say to you, oh, you were at a comedy show. Tell us a joke.
You're going to say the joke.
I guarantee you that is all you're going to be able to think of. And you'll fuck it up. I was fucking a child in the face. You were what, you fucking maniac? Do you want to come and visit a hospice? It's palliative care.
Wow.
For teenagers. Yes, I do. I got that call about 6 years ago. I said, yeah, I'll go. I didn't know what some of those words meant. I thought it sounds all right.
I didn't know what?
I'll go. I didn't know what some of those words meant. I thought it sounds all right. Teenagers, I imagine that'll be fun. Now, it transpires, palliative translates to dying. And I found myself in a situation where I went, well, I've got to go. I've said I'll go. And thinking, this is going to be shit. Hand on heart, I thought, this is going to be fucking shit. But I said I'd go, so I'll go. So I went there with very low expectations. I thought, I'll be lucky to get through this without tearing up. I went there, because genuinely, I couldn't believe what a fucking arsehole I am. Because it was genuinely inspirational. It was brilliant to go. If you get a chance to visit a hospice, go to a hospice. They're amazing. Because I don't know what inspires you, but I like that idea of carpe diem, living in the moment, now being where happiness is. And if you meet life-limited teenagers, they're having that because they're aware of how precious time is. And I think we often forget in our day-to-day lives. So it was amazing to go and to be around. I've been back many times since, and I recommend it.
Actually, the first time I'm saying this is actually saying something nice.
It's really fun. They don't want to be shut away. They don't want to be part of society. The thing that blew me away when I went there was an incident. So if I go out to get coffee before the show, if I go to Starbucks, obviously my coffee shop of choice. Similar views. But if I go out to get coffee before the show, right, if there's a group of 15-year-old girls in the coffee shop, they'll be really flirty with me, not because I'm some super attractive dude, but because I'm a celebrity and there's a cachet to celebrity in our society, for better, for worse. There just is, it's a fact. So I'm used to that kind of flirting in that context. I wasn't expecting it within the context of palliative care for teenagers in a hospice. There's a girl in there, she just turned 15, pretty little thing, and she's a massive comedy fan. And she had all the DVDs, seen everything on YouTube, like really into it. And she was really flirty and really tactile. And I thought, what? All she wanted was a kiss. And I thought, well, where's the harm? She's gonna be dead before she can testify.
Oh! Oh my God! Everyone was like, God, who's going to see him?
I can see you think that's bad, but I can make that worse. With just 2 words. True story. It is a true story, it just happens to be about a different Jimmy.
Not me.
How do you make a gay fuck a woman? Shit in her cunt.
Shit. Ew.
How do you make a gay fuck a woman? Shit in her cunt.
So they fuck after her, girl.
I know. Don't think I don't know, because I know. I know. There's no use giving me a look as if I didn't pay £25 to listen to this film. Because you did, and you know you did. Treat them mean, keep them keen. That's what they say, isn't it? Treat them mean, keep them keen. But I think you've gone too far if using a Stanley knife.
I don't know what that phrase means.
Of course, a lot of women stay with their men, even if their men hit them. A lot of women will stay with their husbands, even if their husbands beat them. I tell you what they need. A slap. Where's your self-esteem?
This is true. I mean, if a man beats you and you still stay with him, like, your self-esteem is pretty low then.
Self-esteem. Silly cow. She was tiny. Of course, the thing people never say about domestic violence, and it strikes me as being just so very obvious, but people never say this about domestic violence, is just how fucking stupid it is. I mean, you're hitting your wife. It's your wife. You might as well key your own fucking car. Think about it. You don't like her now, you're not going to like her anymore with 2 black eyes and a bit of a face on, are you? There are places in the country where that's just a joke. I did that joke in Preston, it was like marriage guidance.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Round of applause. Well, I thought it was a round of applause. It was actually people hitting their wives. I don't want to make a big deal of this, but I recently adopted a newborn African child. He was just £7 plus postage and packing.
Oh!
I'm dead.
I thought I was talking about the weight.
A newborn African child. He was just £7 plus postage and packing. That's how they get you. If only they'd put holes in that box.
Ah!
What?
So the
If only they'd put holes in that box.
So the kid died, I guess, because they didn't put holes in the box. So the kid died.
And that is the joke.
This guy didn't watch it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie.
And that is the joke, interestingly.
Wait,
that
I
Richard
did-
Curtis.
You look kinda like both of them.
And that is the joke, interestingly, that Richard Curtis said was a bit much for the comic relief gig.
Wow. 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 What did I just watch? I don't know.
God, that's a lot, man.
Ah.
That's literally a lot.
Ah.
Well, guys, there you have it. Tell us what you think. And yeah, smash like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and tell us whatever you want us to react to. And if you're feeling generous, you can support us on Patreon.
Yeah.
See you next time, guys.